Hello guys, welcome to my Meet My Pets video. I'm going to start out with my guinea pigs, and I don't really overly handle them, so I figured that it would be easier to just do this with them comfortable in their cage. So I will start off Sorry, a bee was attacking me. So I'm going to start off with Potter here. He was the first rescue guinea pig that I had bought, or rescued. And he is probably about 3 years old now. He's a neutered boar and obviously an Abyssinian. He is an adorable boy. He's very sweet and he's actually fairly easy to handle. So somebody, must have really handled him before I bought him. And then this little girl here, her name is Phoebe, and she is actually Potter's daughter, and she's probably about 2 now, 1.5 to 2. I have all their birthdays written down, but I don't remember exactly. She is a very sassy, feisty girl, and does not like to be messed with, does not like to be handled. She's very, very skittish, so I just kind of let her do her own thing. She tends to be boss pig too over everybody else in the cage. And then next I rescued Miss Ruby here. She's the ginger and white, and she's there again probably about 2.5, 3. She's probably one of my favorite pigs. She's just really sweet and really easy to handle and is just a doll baby. I really enjoy having her as a pet, and I adopted with her Miss Mabel, who's right here. And they came as a pair. Sorry it's so shaky, I'm kind of zooming because I'm trying to stay away from the bees. And she's the same age. I don't believe they were sisters, but the rescue, they came in bonded together, so that's how I got them. And you can't really see her face real well. I can't get a good angle. She keeps like turning every time I go over. But anyway, she's about 2.5 or so, and an absolute sweetheart. Like honestly, she might be my favorite pig because she's just like so adorable. And then next I adopted, actually they were foster fails, Molly and her daughter. Molly is an American, and she is probably the pig with the most personality. She's about 2 years old, and she's just a quirk. Like, she's so hilarious. Every time I put a water bottle, like no matter how many there is and no matter how many I fill, she has to like drink out of every new one that I put in the cage. It's hilarious. But anyway, she's also my biggest pig. As you can see, her little round body, she's almost 3.5 pounds. And then she came with her daughter Molly there, the black and orangish one hiding under the hay. She is a very skittish pig. She doesn't really like to be handled much, so I kind of just leave her be. She's very quiet. She tries to make peace and get along with everybody. And she's probably about 1.5, 2 or so, I would say. And next I got Shimmer here. She came from a friend, her and her sister. She got them for her daughter, and her daughter just was too young and just didn't really want anything to do with them, so she knew that I had guinea pigs. And she, texted me and asked me if I would like them. And of course I couldn't turn their cute little faces down. And even though they're slightly skittish, they're both really sweet though, and they're always like into what I'm doing. Like if I'm cleaning their cage, they're right there, checking me out. She's adorable. And they're only about, I would say, 8 or 9 months now. They're not too old. But they've really filled out a lot and gotten a lot bigger from when I first got them. And then next we have her sister Shine. And she's a little bit more skittish. She's not a huge fan of me being too close to her. But there again, she is a sweetheart. She's 8 or 9 months old or so, like I said. And they get along great. I could have just left them together, but they, intermingled with the rest of my herd very well, so I've just left them be, and they get along. They're kind of low man on the totem pole, and it all works out. Next, I got these two from the rescue. The Goody in the front right here is Stella, and she's about a year old now, maybe like 15 months, 16 months, but she's gorgeous and she's such a sweetheart. When you pick her up, she's so easy to handle and she never, like, you know, gives me any trouble. Yes, they are starting to slightly get mites, as you can see on their hair, so I do need to give them some medication for that. I really think it was like the weather change, because I haven't ever had any issues, and just all of a sudden they've started with it, so anyway. And then I adopted with her, I believe he's her brother. His name's Stewie, and he's about a year and a half or so too. He's a very quiet pig, very much so minds his own business. He kind of almost makes me sad. Like, he'd be like the Eeyore of the world. Like, he'd be like the emo guy, you know, like, he just doesn't really talk to anybody or really get involved with anybody. Like, I don't know, he just kind of minds his own business. I mean, he always seems happy, but he just always does his own thing. And lastly, I adopted Fontaine here with her sister, Cosette. They are both about, I would say, 2 or so. I have all of their birth dates, like I said, but I don't remember exactly what they are, so. But anyway, she's about 2, and I love her coloring. She is so gorgeous. She's such a sweetheart. And with her came Cosette over here. Ooh, attitude. And same thing, she's about 2-ish or so, I would say, by now. And she's a doll baby, so as you can see, they're kind of scratching. I gotta go get the ivermectin to treat everybody for mites. But yeah, she's a cutie. And her and Phoebe, for some reason, Phoebe's right here, they seem to have really bonded, and it's really cute because they actually look a lot alike. Like, unless you see their face, that's the only difference. Like, they have a lot of similar coloring, so it's kind of funny. Next we have my pedigreed Netherland Dwarf buck. He's about 7 months old now, and everybody's inside today because it is raining, so I really want to get everybody outside for some playtime. Oops, it's windy. But it is raining pretty good, so that's why everybody's inside today. All my indoor buns anyway. But yeah, that's him. He's very sweet. He is the sweetest buck ever. I'm hoping that doesn't change. You know, the older he gets and the more aware of himself, I'm hoping that he stays sweet like this. And he's always been, from day one, very easy to handle. He was an absolute gentleman. Whenever I did decide to breed him, he treated the ladies with the utmost respect. So I was very impressed with that. And then I have my pedigreed Netherland Dwarf Doe Velvet here. Her and Lark, both of their moms were blue-eyed whites, so either one of them could throw a blue-eyed white, or I mean, like, you know, both of their bloodlines could throw a blue-eyed white, so that would be pretty cool, actually. If that does happen, I might keep the baby. She is due within the next 3 or 4 days. She already, as you can see, has made a nest in her nesting box, so I'm pretty impressed with that for her first litter. A lot of the times when it's their first litter, they wait until the time, you know, like when they're in labor, and they make their nest. So she already has made one. She pulled all the hay out of her hay bag. I had to refill it completely this morning. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with that. So we'll see what she gives me. And next is my second pedigreed Netherland Dwarf Doe, and her name is Blueberry. She is Velvet's full sister, and again, they're about 7 months old. They are both sweethearts. Blueberry's a little bit more laid back and a little bit easier to handle. Velvet's a little more higher strung, but they're both adorable. I absolutely love the breed. Like, they're just so small and compact and cute. And she hasn't started making a nest yet. She's actually due like tomorrow. She's due, I think I bred them 4 days apart, 3 or 4 days apart, so she's actually due tomorrow, and she hasn't started making a nest yet, so I guess we'll see what she decides to do. But she, you know, she's eating good. I noticed that they're both drinking a ton more, and I've kind of been waiting to put them outside until they have their babies, just because I don't like picking them up you know, when they're that pregnant, because I can feel the babies in there and feel that they're pregnant. So I know when I was pregnant I wouldn't have wanted to have been picked up. So I do need to clean their cages too. But anyway, I don't know why they insist on getting on top of their nesting boxes, but whatever floats your boat. And then we have Peter, the brown bun, and Pepper is the white and red-eyed bun. They both came from my sister. It was an accidental litter, and she didn't have anywhere to put them, so I just decided to take them on. And they're both bucks, obviously. I do need to get them neutered, but that's obviously once I get the money. And they are fine with each other. I mean, they're not, I think just because they've always been together, but not really showing, honestly, any signs of being bucks. And I know for a fact that they are because I've checked them multiple times. But they both are just adorable. They're playful and sweet and cute, and I love watching them. Okay, and then we have everybody here on the inside of the top of the coop because it's raining. You might be able to see the rain on my lens, but the first orange one right here is Demelza. She was the part of the first trio of bunnies, of full sisters that I got. Actually, these three right here. Verity is the calico there, and then Esmeralda is the one with the gray on her face and her leg. They are full sisters. They're about 2 years old now. They were the mothers of the bunch of the 3 litters that I had accidentally last Christmas. And then Philippe here, he's half Holland Lop, and he is Esmeralda's baby, orange one right there. He was the only baby that I kept out of all of them. He is neutered, and he's about 8 or 9 months old now. He is an absolute doll baby, and he lets you hold him and pick him up like a little puppy. He's so adorable. And then right here we have Piper. She's about 7-8 months old now, and she is the sister of Peter and Pepper. She was a girl, obviously, so I separated her and put her in with my trio that was already of girls, and all 5 of them get along really great. They all are very friendly and let me pet them, and I just adore them. Like, they are my heart. They are so sweet and adorable and easy to take care of. They're very good with my baby. I couldn't ask for better bunnies. I decided to put their pellets up here today so they could get out of the rain. I'm not really sure what to do. They're not really used to being up here. And then, as you guys know, I have my 12-year-old American Quarter Horse mare, Lindy Lou, and I've had her now for 7 years. And she means the world to me. I could not ask for a better horse. She has taught me so much, and she is so wonderful with my son.